Good evening. I wanted to share this video on 6 ways that enabled me to, combat postpartum depression. I know there's a lot of women out there who are feeling depressed and overwhelmed after just having a new baby, because it doesn't matter whether it's your first kid or if you already have other kids. It's a new change. Every baby brings in a new change and a new responsibility, or an additional responsibility. And I haven't really gone through postpartum. I mean, I did at first, and I felt horrible. I wanted to cry all the time. I was stressed. I was overwhelmed. I'd get upset at the drop of a hat. I felt like I could not take my baby crying, because he's kind of colicky at first until I put him, I switched my diet and helped him switch his, and that helped him be less colicky. So now that's less of an issue, so that's less stress there. Maybe I should do a video on what I did to help my baby not be colicky anymore. Anyways, so I felt bad. I mean, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or whatever. Half of me was so unbelievably stressed out and overwhelmed, and the other half of me would beat myself up, and I'd feel like a failed mom. I'd feel like I was a horrible person, because sometimes I'd find that I could not tolerate to be around the baby because I was just too irritable and too stressed out, and like I said, I just wanted to cry all the time, and I felt horrible because of feeling that way. So I would beat myself up even more, and that added to it, and that made it worse. But yeah, so I couldn't take it anymore. I started doing research. I went to the library. I rented whatever book I had to do research as to, what would help with postpartum depression. And some things helped, some things didn't. So this video is about the things that have helped me overcome my postpartum depression. And now, thanks to that, I can, I don't feel like I'm a bad, parent anymore. I can take care of my baby properly the way I want. I can bond with him, start to grow a close relationship with him like what I wanted to. And, my 2-year-old toddler isn't making me want to pull out my hair anymore, because sometimes with the stress of having a 2-year-old toddler, I wanted to lose it. I mean, sometimes I would, give both the kids to my husband and go in the bedroom, close the door, and start crying. I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it for the first month. And yes, your hormones are changing, they're adjusting, so naturally every woman is going to go through their, different ways of feeling, different emotions because of your hormones changing plus a new responsibility. But yeah, I did not want my postpartum depression to get worse, and I did not want it to continue, because I felt bad. I felt like a bad person for the way I did feel about it. And so I feel it's very important that I get this message out there, because if there's another mom who is feeling really overwhelmed and, basically by all the symptoms, it's postpartum depression, I can help. Maybe you could try my ways, and maybe my ways will help you. And if I can help someone, great. I feel good about that. So the first thing I did is I changed my diet. I cleaned it up. My diet affected my baby because I'm breastfeeding. So if anything, if my diet was bad, and then it would make him bad, well, worse. So then he'd get fussier, he'd have more gas, and so that, because of more constant crying, it would affect me and stress me out. So first thing I did, I cleaned up my diet. So now I'm on a whole foods diet, vegetarian, and I have to omit all the sugar and the stimulants like caffeine, because it was just making him worse. If I have caffeine and then I breastfeed him, the poor thing is irritable. I was unintentionally making him feel, terrible physically. And so that's the extra crying, even though it was my fault and I didn't know until I did research on it. It's totally avoidable. And so I cleaned up my diet, whole foods, vegetarian, like I said. The second thing I started doing is juicing regularly. Every morning I have what I call a green juice, and that consists of carrots, celery, spinach, apples, and pineapple. It's really, really, really good. And so I have that every morning to make sure that, you know, I'm taking care of my nutrition, so I'm taking care of my baby's nutrition too. Avoid stuff like smoking, caffeine, which includes coffee, soda, energy drinks. I don't ever do it on the chocolate. I don't think chocolate would be that much of a stimulant for the baby to make him worse, because I have chocolate like every now and then and it doesn't seem to affect him. But just the major things. And I have to watch my spicy foods, and I have to watch my sugar intake, because I noticed all of that was making him fussy. It was giving him a tummy ache. It was, you know, making him feel bad physically. So the second thing, other than the juicing and the cleaning up the diet, I did exercise. So just taking 2 30-minute breaks for exercising during the day is not only helping me shed my baby weight, and I have a couple of videos on there about that, and I have to do more. And I recorded one workout video that I was supposed to do, you know, in order, but it didn't turn out right. So all of it was wasted. It was wasted energy, or, you know, the whole effort. I meant to say effort. It was wasted effort. So I had to delete the whole video, but I'll make another one. That's besides the point. Exercise really, really helped. It helped boost my mood. It helped to increase my energy level, so that way I could take care of the house, take care of a 2-year-old, take care of a little infant. And I felt better about me. And it had the added bonus of the more weight I lost, you know, shedding my baby weight, it's, you know, each time, or the more I lose weight, it's helping me to feel good about myself, which makes me happier. Let's see, the third thing is I take some personal time out. I have to. So during the morning when I know, you know, my husband's awake and he's, you know, ready to watch the kids, I leave the kids with him, and then I'll just take off and either go to the store, go do my nails, take the time to read or listen to music, and or go for a walk. You know, that's when I normally get my exercising in. So you have to take some time to yourself. Leave the baby with someone safe that you can trust, and take some time out for yourself daily. So that also helps keep me happy, and, you know, keep me, it's a way of me de-stressing, so that way I can be a calm parent. The fourth way would be if the baby is crying too much and I've taken care of all of his needs. I've, you know, seen if swaddling him would help, or I've seen if the pacifier would help. I fed him, I changed him, I made sure, you know, is he too hot or is he too cold? Should I add a layer of clothing? Should I take a layer of clothing off? Or, well, not take a layer of clothing off, take all of his clothing off. Does he need his diaper changed? Stuff like that. If I know that I've tried everything I can and he is still fussy and there's nothing I can do, then there's 2 things you could do. One, you can keep him in a safe place, like put him in his crib and then just leave the room. You know, if he's safe, nothing in his crib could suffocate him, then put him in there and leave the room. Go into a different room. Go in the living room, watch TV, and literally take 30 minutes to yourself if you need to, and then, you know, check on him. And that's helped too. Or the second thing that I usually like to do is if he's fussy, I will put on my iPad so I can't hear him, and then I'll just walk around with him. Walk around the house, you know, talk, singing out loud to whatever I'm listening to on the iPod. It seems to help a lot. I don't know why. And that's mainly what I do. But you have those 2 options, so... Anyways, the 5th thing that I do is keep a journal. I keep a journal and I talk about, you know, whatever is bugging me or bothering me. Or it's best actually in your journal if you think about 3 things, like immediately upon waking up. Think about 3 things that you're grateful for. And even when your baby's frustrating you, you have to look at them and think how much you love them and how much you are grateful that they're there. And then even just thinking back, changing your mind frame, because you can't have, it's difficult for your brain to focus on 2 emotions at the same time. You can go back and forth between 2 of them, sure, but to do it exactly at the same time is not, capable, or it's not feasible. So I focus on gratitude and I write it down in my journal. That seems to help. Having just a grateful attitude for my baby and focusing on all the positives in my life, that has really tremendously helped me change my outlook on life to where it's less negative, and that has helped me to be happier and less depressed too, because that just makes motherhood all that much more of a challenge if you are not positive about your life. Oh yeah, the 6th thing that I do is make sure that my health is taken care of. So like vitamins, minerals, nutritious foods. I guess it kind of goes along with the first one, cleaning my diet up, but it's kind of totally unto itself. And yeah, just make sure I have what I need and I'm drinking water, plenty of water, because when you're dehydrated, then that can make you feel tired too. So with everything that I was doing to help me gain energy, that helps me feel better, because then I have the energy to take care of both of my kids. Because when you don't have enough energy, you are like, oh, why do I have to do this? Or do I have to do this now? Or come on, did you have to poop in that diaper right now? Because I'm so tired, I don't want to change your diaper. So doing what you can to have good health will increase your energy, and if you increase your energy, you'll be able to take care of your kids and it won't feel bad. You're not going to be griping about taking care of your kids because you feel good about doing it. You're not tired, you're capable of taking care of them. And so those are the 6 things that I've incorporated into my life that has helped. And so if it helps you, then great. So that's all for now. Bye!